service at Iveco in Ndola. I wish to inform the committee that after the ambulances were serviced, these pieces of equipment were later installed. The next paragraph speaks to what we are doing at the national level to help the ambulance situation in general. Kabwe General Hospital, the committee may wish to note that the defects on the two ambulances, GRZ 108CK and GRZ 114CR, were worked on, and both vehicles are operational. Further, I wish to state that the two oxygen cylinders that were sent for refuel have been placed back onto the ambulances to complete the total of cylinders required. The total number of 4 cylinders required. Additionally, the bigger cylinder is on the vehicle to supplement on the availability of oxygen. Lufwanyama, again, Lufwanyama will benefit from the national endeavor support service, laundry service, lack of laundry equipment. Chipata Central Hospital, the committee may wish to note that one washing machine was repaired and it's functional. I wish to inform the committee that as a measure to address the issue of obsolete laundry and kitchen equipment, the ministry is procuring in a phased manner new laundry and kitchen equipment for our hospitals. As of October 2024, the procurement process had reached the evaluation stage. See Appendix 5, Chilenje Level 1. The committee may wish to note that one dryer was repaired and is functional, while the other dryer could not be repaired due to lack of spare parts on the market. I wish to inform the committee that a pressing iron was also bought and it's in use. The committee may wish to note that the hospital has one domestic pressing in use. The committee that one pressing iron, washing machine, and a dryer being used at the facility are inadequate to meet the demand of the increased number of patients. In order to address this matter, the Ministry of Health is considering buying additional industrial presser, washing machine, dryer, and sewing machine using the 2025 budget for the facility. See Appendix 7, Kabwe General Hospital. The committee may wish to note that 2 dryers were worked on and they are functional, and that 1 dryer and an ironer are non-functional, as they are old machines and spare parts are actually not available on the market. I wish to inform the committee that the issue of obsolete laundry and kitchen equipment, the ministry is procuring in a phased manner new laundry and equipment for hospitals. As of October, procurement had actually reached advanced stage. Note that machines are old and obsolete. Spare parts for laundry equipment are available on the open market, and repair area stated is in a process of mitigating this by procurements. Hospital mortuary, and specifically inadequate mortuary units. Table 4, mortuary unit capacities. The committee may wish to note that the Ministry of Health has started procuring mortuary units in a phased manner. The procurement plan in 2022 had 10 units procured. The second phase will have 30 units to be procured under the 2025 equipment procurement. 100 body capacity unit for the hospital cited. I wish to inform the committee that the ministry has embarked on the establishment of cold room type of mortuary units, which will be implemented for the kind of facilities which are level 3 or 3rd level. Note that 100 bodies will be the maximum to be accommodated by these mortuaries. Chipata Central Hospital, the committee may wish to procure a new mortuary trolley. The hospital has identified a room which is yet to be refurbished in line with sanitation standards to be used as a post-mortem room. Regarding non-availability of a roofed corridor leading to the mortuary, the facility has engaged the Provincial Department of Infrastructure and awaits feedback. See Appendix 10. In Ndola Central Hospital, the committee may wish to note that this is the original design of the hospital mortuary. As a measure to improve ventilation to the mortuary, the institution has installed 2 air on top of the roof, and the ventilation has since improved. See Appendix 11. Shinsali General Hospital, the committee may wish to note that the mourner's shelter and toilets were not part of the contract when the hospital was being built. I wish to inform the committee that a request has since been made to the local authority to use CDF to construct a mourner's shelter and toilet. See Appendix 12. Chilenje Level 1 Hospital, the committee may wish to note that 3 vents were created to enhance ventilation, and medical superintendent requesting for the use short the corridor connecting to roof the corridor connecting to the wards. The corridor was designed in such a way that it utilized fresh circulated rather than the air conditioner. This is to allow for free flow of air in order to prevent infections. The hospital mortuary design and plan did not include terrazzo for either the floor or the washing bay. Kindly note that putting a perimeter fence, terrazzo on the floor and the washing bay will be considered in the year 2025 using Kasama General Hospital. The committee may wish to note that Kasama General Hospital has written to the local authority requesting rehabilitation using CDF and the office. See Appendix 14. Livingstone University Teaching Hospital, the committee may wish to note that all of Livingstone has a perimeter and is within that perimeter. I wish to bring to your attention that it's difficult to connect the hospital to the mortuary as the wards are quite far apart. The committee may wish to note that a permanent measure to address this matter is to note that as a permanent matter, the Ministry of Health has done construction of a new mortuary, kitchen and cafeteria, lack of standard kitchen and functional equipment, Kawambwa District Hospital. The committee may wish to note that the ports were worked on and are operational as ZESCO has restored the power supply. I wish to inform the committee that changing rooms have been improvised. Further, the committee may wish to note that the ministry created a modern district hospital for opening soon. All services will shift to the new hospital, leaving the current hospital providing services at the level of a health center. Failure to repair and maintain industrial cookers. The committee may wish to note that the industrial cookers are obsolete. Recommended. Kindly note that the ministry is in the process of procuring kitchen equipment through ZAMSA. Is at evaluation stage. The sinks are functional and the windows have been fitted with handles. Inadequate space for the kitchen, Chilenje Level 1 Hospital. The committee may wish to note that the kitchen will be worked on, and as at October 2024, the tender process had actually commenced. See Appendix 18. Failure to reform Solwezi General Hospital. Has stored cold room has not been provided to store perishables. I wish to inform the committee is under major rehabilitation. Do I start with which one do I? 28. Okay. I wish to inform the committee that the hospital is undergoing major rehabilitation, and among works to be done is the rehabilitation of the cold room as per attached bill of quantities, and the contractor is on site. See Appendix 19. Existence of nuisances within the hospital. The committee may wish to note that the structure was constructed in the 1930s and could not be rehabilitated because of major defects. The ministry is considering handing over the infrastructure to the Ministry of Infrastructure and Urban Development because it's not fit for purpose. Procurement of goods and services. Engagement of suppliers without pharmaceutical licenses. Refer to Table 5. Suppliers without pharmaceutical licenses. Luapula Province, Mansa General Hospital. 5 cited suppliers. 2 suppliers have licenses and the other 3 do not have licenses. The procurement officer at the hospital was warned in writing for engaging suppliers without pharmaceutical licenses. See Appendix 21A. Northwestern Province.
Thank you, PS. The time is 1:13 hours. PS will break off then you can come and finish your submission at so we'll back off, then we'll resume at 15:30. Come and finish your submission, then we can proceed with questioning, as it were. So let me take this opportunity, PS, to now lift immunity conferred before you, that to adjourn for now, and we'll meet at 3:30. So immunity has been lifted. Ensure that everybody you've come with, they come back at 15:30 so that we can make progress. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. My full names are Nkulukusa Mwabashike. I was born in 1976 in Chieftainess Mungule, in a village. I went to primary school at Muchenje Primary School in Katuba constituency and proceeded to St. Paul's Secondary School, where I did my. After finishing, I decided to pursue marketing, and so I pursued the profession and decided also to do my master's in business administration, but mainly majored in international business strategy. Coming to my working careers, National Assembly is the 8th company I'm working for, if you like, if it's a company or it's a state organ. The most recent ones being the Zambia Center for Accountant Studies, where I was head of business development before moving to Zambia Tourism Board, where I was director marketing for about almost 10 years there. Those are the recent two. Of course, I worked for World Vision, I worked for Bookworld, I worked for Pamozi Hotel. As I have said, this is my 8th organization to work for. And in November 2020, I left Zambia Tourism Board in pursuit to become Member of Parliament for Katuba constituency. And in 2021, on 21st of August, I was elected as Member of Parliament for Katuba constituency. Yes, I am married to a very beautiful Mukwanga. She has given me children, 2 girls and 2 boys. Katuba constituency is a mixed constituency. It used to be fully defined as rural, but now we are seeing a lot of peri-urban. As you know, Katuba constituency seeing a lot of rural. It is an agricultural constituency. The livelihood based on agriculture, scale businesses, more especially in the agricultural sector. People are growing a lot of tomatoes, they're growing a lot of cabbages, and all products that they are pushing into the Lusaka market, and that is helping Katuba so much. Katuba has a lot of challenges, despite being challenges like any other rural country. some of in the we also have connectivity. People are connected because it is hindering people to a lot of business opportunities. Of course, electricity. There is a belief that once you take a phone network, you take development follows. Because you and me who would like to invest a little monies we have earned, will go there and invest because the place is accessible, both telephonically as well as on the road. So really, in a nutshell, that is what Katuba is. It has a lot of youth population. There is a lot of footballing and netballing taking place there. The weekend, throughout the week, you will have to be officiating at a certain football match or a netball tournament. Otherwise, with the coming in of the new donor, increased funding funds on CDF, first 3 years of this government being in power, Katuba is going to be transformed. Development for Katuba to ensure that in every school sits on with proper we have health posts and kilometers a health post or a clinic. I am very happy that they decided hospital. So now we have to have a referral hospital. It's almost at 80% construction. And for the first time, Katuba is going for people in hospitals and clinics to be referred if the ailments are serious. So that is the second issue. The third issue is to make Katuba accessible by road. And this is to make the trunk road. We have one trunk road that connects Lusaka through 10 miles, Kembe. And we want to, so far the tarmac is only 13 kilometers. It is supposed to go up to about 46 kilometers. And we are working hard to ensure that the only trunk road that cuts through the middle of the constituency is tarred. Then of course also we want to make sure that the feeder roads within the constituency are also put to at least all-weather roads so that people can access any part of Katuba, either be rainy season or dry season. So we want to make sure the feeder roads are improved to all weather roads. Then of course, last not the least, we want to make sure that the connectivity, mobile connectivity network in Katuba is there, because as I have said earlier on, it looks so simple, but it has a lot of potential to open a lot of business opportunities, including employment opportunities. My last word to the people of Katuba is to encourage the people of Katuba to remain a bit patient. I know sometimes when you have so many needs, you may want to satisfy them in the shortest period of time, which may require a lot of resources. We now have enough resources. CDF has again been increased in 2023 to 28.3 million kwacha, which is enough resources now to ensure that as we prioritize our developmental agenda, we are going to make sure that within 3 years, all the major developmental agendas are going to be resolved, so that we remain with the minor one. Rome was not built in a day, and Katuba definitely is not going to be built in a day. But you can be rest assured that within 3 years, the whole constituency is going to be transformed. What I am asking for is a little bit of patience. as we represent you.
Breathtaking and thrilling. Visit Livingston City for pure adrenaline and fun. Let its thrills and spills inspire you. Livingston features arguably the best sunset views in the world. Memorable game viewing adventures in the small but well-stocked Motiotunya National Park, where you can see the rare white rhino. Experience the best of Zambia's rich culture and history at the Livingston Museum, or through visual and performing arts, food and folklore at the Bonfire Boina. To Brown Mall, the awesome majestic falls, one of the 7 natural wonders of the world, known in local language as Motiotunya, the smoke that thunders. A visit to Livingston is incomplete if it does not include this world-famous icon. Some call it Zambia, but we call it home. One Zambia, one destination, limitless exploring. Zambia, let's explore.
Mwene Luhamba, Member of Parliament for Mangango, Kaoma District in Western Province. I am born from Kamanisha village in Iwambua. I schooled. We used to cross the Luena River every morning, go to school, and crossing back, going home in our life. Mwito basic, I went to Kambule Technical Secondary School in Mongu Secondary School. I finished my grade 12, and from there I went to the Livingston Teachers Training College and trained as a teacher. So I'm a primary school teacher also by profession. And after that I went also to the University of Zambia, and I did business administration, and from there I went to Mulungushi University. I did a bachelor's degree in commerce, and I majored in economics, which we call BCom economics. From there I've been working as a teacher actually from the time I left the Livingston Teachers Training College. I've been teaching. I taught in Choma, Chongwe, and Lusaka finally. My constituency is in Kaoma District. Kaoma District has got 2 constituencies, Kaoma Central and Mangango constituency. So Mangango constituency is one of the vast constituencies in Zambia. I can describe it. It's got a population of 66,000 people, and this is where I come from. So it's a constituency with a lot of timber. It's got quarry also, a quarry that is used for construction, roads, houses. Okay, in construction. That's where the quarry is coming from. Very nice quarry. And we also have fishing activities there. We have got timber, if I've mentioned it. We also have rice, good rice land, maize, millet, sorghum. Those are the kinds of food that we eat in Mangango constituency. It's a very nice constituency. The people there are very good, very jovial. We have got, Mangango constituency has got almost all the tribes in Western Province, and as well as the tribes in Northwestern, because we have got Lundas there, Luvales there, Koyas there, Loses there, Chokwes there, Luchazes there, Bembas are there, Tongas are there. Oh, the whole Zambia, all the tribes are there in Mangango. So we don't practice tribalism in Mangango. then you are off together. Itunga has married Enkoya, married Mbungwa, has married married another. The way we are living. So in there, then they have lost it. Otherwise, we are people that are living very hardworking, very cooperative people. They are just so good people in Mangango. Developmental agenda in Mangango is a people's driven agenda. What the people want, that's what we are simply implementing. That's what we are simply doing. Clinics, and we're constructing clinics all over. People want maternity wings. We are constructing maternity wings. People want classrooms. We are constructing classroom blocks. And in Mangango, we have firstly gone flat out for 1x3 classroom blocks because we don't want to come back again so soon to start constructing again other classrooms. We haven't constructed any one room as a classroom or 1x2. No, we are constructing 1x3. All community schools have new permanent houses. As for civil service, we are also constructing we have bought desks in all the schools. There is no single school in Mangango that hasn't received a desk. We are sharing the cake that we have equitably, equally. All schools have received some parts, some amounts of the CDF. So we are doing all those things. We are also going to do our bridges because crossing points are very, very important to us. A situation whereby you are just here, just 10 meters across is where you are supposed to go, but you find that for you to reach at that point you have to go about 20-30 kilometers to go and come around like this to go across. So we are connecting the two different points, for example, with the bridges. Not only that, we have also gone into the procurement of earth moving equipment so that we are able to work on our roads and connect one government institution to the other with a good gravel road. That's our wish. So we have gone now this way of procuring earth moving equipment. So that's the grader, the TLB, compactor, water bowsers and such. That will help us construct these roads. It will be so costly for us to be hiring equipment to work on our roads, but if we have our own, like we are going to have our own, like we now have our own, we will just be putting in fuel, lubricants and pay our cars and our roads. Good people doing this, are doing it because when there is a construction in place, people, the locals are also involved. So there is job creation involved, taking place. They will come for infrastructure, the contractor will just come and maybe in that particular area and then employ the locals to do the construction. That means there is job creation amongst our people, amongst our youths in our areas, in various areas. So by come 2026, what we need is each with the infrastructure. This is agenda. It's a people's driven agenda. we are simply implementing the promises that we promised the good of Mangango, that we are about to procure by next year, very, very soon, is equipment to drill water. Okay, a water drilling equipment is what we are going to buy, so that we will just be drilling water everywhere, all over, anyhow. As long as there are people living there, they need clean water. Even our animals also need clean water. This is going to help us reduce waterborne diseases, okay, amongst our populations. And as such, we are going to save more on the expenditure on drugs. We are going to save more on time wasted for our people to go and fetch water, and as well as in nursing the illnesses. We are going to have a healthy environment, a healthy community that will contribute in return positively to the development of the economy, because they are eating well, they are drinking clean water, and as such they are not falling sick. So, and that's what we need as a country. So in all, there are a lot more that we have embarked on and that we are doing, and the community is able to testify and confirm all these activities that we are doing, or infrastructure development. The word of appeal to the good people of Mangango is that please let us be united, let's work together, let's advise each other where we see there is need to do ABCD. We inform each other so that we do it there and then. There is no need to quarrel, no need to fight, no need to point fingers at each other for what, because we are all working for a common goal. We are all working for the same people. So constructive ideas, let them be brought on the table. We'll always think about them and implement if there are ideas that are benefiting the good people of Mangango. Unity is what is very, very important. They say united we stand and divided we fall. So we, the good people of Mangango, are united, and I request that we continue being even much more united, so that we are able to work together, we are able to appreciate one another's efforts. Among others, clubs and cooperatives are giving out for clubs, to cooperatives and individual loans. This we are doing every year, every quarter. We are giving out this money. So I am asking the people of Mangango to kindly continue be creating these, or coming up with these clubs and cooperatives, and register them and register their companies, so that we give them individual loans, soft loans, individual soft loans. We give them the grants in form of clubs. To the clubs and cooperatives, we are giving out this money. This money is not meant for the MP. No, it is meant for you, the people. So please form your clubs, your cooperatives, and register them, and have this money with you, so that you start up your businesses or you grow your businesses. That's the way that can grow our economy. If everyone is to be productive, everyone is to be economically productive, this is the way that we can grow the economy, because from there we shall be able to have some money to buy ourselves the needs like salt, sugar, clothing, even build some shelter from there when we have started our businesses. So youths, by youths I mean both boys and girls. Can we please not shun away from this? Let's do it. Women and men, please, let's do it. There is equity in terms of distribution in Mangango from these CDF funds. We are not looking at on the first to say this is that, this is no. As long as you apply, whether you are a boy, a girl, a woman, a man, we are giving you all. Why? It's because each and every one of us has got a part that they can contribute to the development in Mangango. They also have got families to fend. They also have got people to look after, dependents. Where can they be generating this money from? It is from the businesses that they will be doing. That will be coming from the that will be coming, that is coming from the CDF funds, CDF money, Constituency Development Fund, that we are giving them through the cooperatives clubs as well as individual loans.
My name is Malambo Mwemba. I was born in 1975. I was born in Wengwa, getting the certificate in value addition of all cotton products. I'm married. I have 8 children. My constituency is situated 30 kilometers away from Mazabuka district, and is quite a rural constituency, which covers up to about 78 kilometer radius, and the width goes up to about 38 kilometers. And from there we have 2 chiefdoms. The chiefdoms that are there, Chief Mwanajungwala, and the other one is Chief Hanjaliga. Then we have about 11 wards. In the 11 wards that I have is that they are all segmented. The other 5 are in the chiefdom of Chief Mwanajungwala. Then the other 5, they are in the chiefdom of Chief Hanjaliga. Then the other one they share. So meaning that I have 11. The developmental trajectory begins from the promises that we made for the people. And as you are aware that it being a rural constituency, there are so many problems that we have, starting from the schools, the dams, the boreholes, and the roads, the clinics, you name it. But what we have done of recent past in the allocation of the CDF that we had in 2021, as you remember that in November the government did release 1.6 million for us to begin our development agenda. We had to put this money to finish up projects that were initially done by our colleague who was there, the former MP Honorable Emerson Majila. And then we had to finish 3 health posts. We had to put a bit of some money to patch up Chivuna Road. We had to put up some amount of money also to work on Itebe Road, which we finished last week, though they just had to do nearer to Itebe primary school. Then from there we also put up 99,000 kwacha to patch up Munenga Tandabari Road, of which we finished building the bridge where we put up some culverts because there is a caliver that is crossing the same road. So what we had to do is to put the bridge, and we are going to work on about a kilometer patch up where we are going to put some gravel. As you are aware that the CDF money was increased to significant value of up to about 25.7 million. That money is segmented in some certain divisions. Amongst the divisions there is bursaries for the school-going children. There is also some bursaries for the skills training, and then there is also capital projects. So of the bursaries for school-going children, we had to give about 375 young boys and girls who are going into boarding schools, and we paid this money for 3 terms at once. Then from there we also had to do 397 for skills training on the capital projects. We have put up a good number of projects that we are going to do. As you remember, I told you that Itebe Road and the Chivuna Road are bad, and we allocated 1,520,000 for Chivuna Road to put up a bridge there at a cost of 1,520,000. Then again, before you reach along Itebe Road, before you reach Magoy High School, there is a place that is called Njirimuna. It's a village. Then there is a bridge that's supposed to be put there. We put about 726,000 kwacha for us to put up a bridge there. We have put about 15 boreholes to be done in Mbaya Ward, Mbaya Musuma Ward, and then we have put 2 boreholes in Konkola Ward. We have also put 2 boreholes, but these will be special boreholes in that the one that is going to be at Copper Market in Chivuna, that one is going to be a mechanized borehole. We want those people to have tap water, because where there is Chivuna Market, the water table is too low. So we want to allocate it somewhere, then we shall pipe it up so that the people can be able to have access to good and clean water. Then from there we have a problem with water at Chivuna Mission Clinic, where we also agreed a mechanized borehole at a cost of 75,000 kwacha. Then again we are due to put a mechanized borehole at Tandabale. It's a market. It has grown. It is growing actually very quickly. So we decided to put up a mechanized borehole to ensure that our people can be able to access clean and quality drinking water. Then beyond that, we also have put up some certain programs to construct a 1x3 classroom block at Mezi. Mezi is situated about 52 kilometers away from the road to the eastern side. It is situated in Chief Yanjarigas Chiefdom in Konkola Ward. So we have put about 1,300,000 to put up a 1x3 classroom block, and then we also are going to build a staff house for a clinic at Mukuyu, a staff house at Shembwe, it's a rural health post. Then we also are going to put up a staff house at Munenga Clinic. Then beyond that, we have also put up 1,187,000 kwacha worth of desks that are going to be procured. Because of this free education that the new Dawn government have put in place, we are having challenges in terms of seating capacity in the schools. So we have decided to ask our CDF committee to allocate some certain amounts of money to ensure that our children can be able to sit on desks. So this time we are going to begin with 1,187,000 to access a few desks, so that those schools which have, we can. From there, we also have decided to put up a project there is a place that is called in our constituents Najipoma Clinic. At Najipoma, we are going to electrify that clinic. Because of its locality, we always have a problem in terms of electricity, and we have decided to electrify it by using 630,000 kwacha to ensure that we can be able to provide the needed electricity for that clinic. I think in short that we have put in the constituents to ensure that our people are helped using the CDF money. But beyond that, not using CDF, we are lucky that the government, through the World Bank, have made a provision of some certain resource. I think Magoye was one of the 2 only in Southern Province which were given rural connectivity, the road network. So we were given a huge kilometers to be worked, and the contractor is mobilizing at the moment in Magoye. We shall do Chivuna Road comprehensively up to Mission. We shall do Mbia Chivuna Road. We shall do Magoye Chivuna Road. We shall do Itebe Nziba Road. We shall also do Tandabale, Simwaba, Naleza, Mabanga up to Manyana road, and we shall also do Itebe. There is Magoy High School to where it turns. There's a place which they call Ghana Turnoff. So all these roads are going to be done in a period of 5 years, having been given a contract by the World Bank. The contractor has already started mobilizing actually as I speak to you now, and we are just trying to put things in place to ensure that the works are started. So these are the main programs that we are doing in our constituents. We have also finished building a maternity wing at Magoy Rural Health Center, and this is a rural health center which is centrally located, which I believe that if we can appeal to the Ministry of Health to help us upgrade that clinic to ensure that it caters across board, across 2 chiefdoms, to ensure that our people can be able to access the much needed health care. That clinic, it has got no mortuary, it has got no facilities to ensure that it can be able to reach at a standard of mini hospital. But we want to appeal to the Ministry of Health if they can come on board and help us, if we can be able to construct a mini hospital at Magoy Rural Health Center. I want to appeal to them that we have been trying to put everything in place to ensure that we start delivering on the promises that we made for them, and basically would appeal to them to be a little bit patient as the government executes their developmental plan. Thank God that the New Dawn government has not decided to withdraw the money that they had put in the budget of 20. So that money is still going to be spent. And again, they've increased the money for CDF from 25.7 to 28.3 million. That means that our developmental agenda is going to be achieved by virtue of the resources that are made available to ourselves. I want to appeal to my people to say that let them be patient. And then I want to also request them to say that the applications for the bursaries related to secondary schools, boarding secondary schools, the turnout was not very impressive in the first year. How I wish if they could hear me and come on board to our office, and through the WDC bring their names and their children, so that we can be able to help them go to school. And also on skills training, we really need those that finished grade 12, those that want to be trained in specific fields that they want to be trained in. Maybe they can be able to also apply through WDC. Then later on, the documents will be brought to the CDF committee for actualization. I want to appeal to them to say that let them come and let us work together to ensure that our area is developed. As you know that Magoy is rural. Now, it being rural, it is up to the people in the constituents to develop their own area. No one is going to come to develop your own area other than yourselves. So let us work together and ensure that we develop our area.
Well, my name's Honorable Tyson Muzingiri, Member of Parliament for Gwembe, born some 60 years ago. Born and went to school at Sinafala Primary School in Gwembe. Thereafter, I went to Rusangu Secondary School in Monze. For tertiary, I went to Evelyn Horn, where I did physiotherapy and furthered my education to University of Western Cape, where I obtained a Bachelor of Science degree in physiotherapy. Further, I improved my education credentials and got a Master's in Human Resource. Basically, my profession, I would say I'm an assessment and qualifications expert. As more my working experience, I started with UTH as a physiotherapist, where I worked briefly and joined the education sector with the Examinations Council of Zambia, where I spent 14 years. Moved to Teveta, where I spent 10 years. I had a stint at Zika, where I worked for 2 years. And finally, I joined the Zambia Qualifications Authority as one of the pioneers in the establishment of the Qualifications Authority. And finally, I retired in November 2020 and joined active politics. I am married to a very beautiful wife, Mutinta Siabwengosi Muzingiri. With her, we have 5 children, 3 boys and 2 girls. Gwembe is in Southern Province, in the valley. It is a constituency endowed with a lot of resources, but very highly underdeveloped because of basically the road network, which does not attract investors. It is a constituency that lies along the Lake Kariba with very, very good sceneries for investments. Gwembe is highly underdeveloped. Our priority as our agenda for the constituency is that we want to work on the road network, because all our feeder roads are in deplorable state, and our main trunk road, which is Gwembe Munyumbwe Pepo Road, if it's in the rainy season, it becomes even impassable. So the agenda is really to do the road network in Gwembe. And what have we done? We have already submitted and approved for us to buy earth moving equipment. So far, before end of December, we may receive 4 earth moving equipment, and once we get them, we'll get into doing our roads. So agenda number 1 really for Gwembe is the road network. Water and sanitation is another issue where we have consistent animal-human conflict along the lake. A lot of our people are beaten and killed by crocodiles. So we intend to buy a rig or a borehole drilling machine so that we are able to drill as many boreholes so that our people do not rely on lake water, because they will be confronting with the crocodiles. On health, our intention and agenda is to ensure that in each and every ward we should have a health post. On the education sector, we have a number of community schools which are grass-thatched. Our agenda is to ensure that by 2025, basically by 2026, we should be able to build better schools so that we get rid or remove all these grass-thatched community schools. We have the aspect of mining, where in Gwembe there's plenty of coal, there's gas and oil. So we would like to enhance exploration so that with the improvement, we are very, very positive that will attract investors to start operating mines in Gwembe. Tourism is yet. When you look at the lake shores, it's all tourism attractions. We have an abandoned can be restocked with animals so that attract tourists coming into Gwembe. My people in Gwembe, be rest assured that has an agenda for Gwembe. The New Dawn government will do everything possible to ensure that we reverse the underdevelopment trajectory that is there in Gwembe, to ensure that we bring even social amenities such as banks, filling station, and many other things that are not currently in Gwembe. We have an agenda to develop Gwembe, and the New Dawn government will definitely develop Gwembe.
My full names are Kabaso Kampampi, Member of Parliament for Mwansabombwe constituency. I was born in 1976, 9th May, in Mwansabombwe to be particular. I was raised up in Mwansabombwe. I started my school in Mwansabombwe, grade 1 up to grade 7. From grade 7 I passed to Kawamba Boys, where I did my secondary school from grade 8 up to grade 12. I completed my school in 1995. From there, those years, there used to be this thing of untrained teaching. I had to do or UT, so it was called for 2 years. Then from there I came to Ivry Non-College, where I did my marketing. I'm a marketer by profession, and I'm currently pursuing my CIM, Chartered Institute of Marketing. I'm married with 4 children, 2 girls and 2 boys. Mwansabombwe, it's a constituency which is about 940 kilometers away from Lusaka. It's a constituency which is about 1,200 square meters. And if we follow the 2010 census, approximately we are looking at 45,000 plus. That's the population of the entire constituency. But for now, probably that has increased to probably 50 something, or if not 60. I develop constituencies to make sure that we bring closer all the necessary facilities in the constituents to be. What I'm trying to say is in terms of schools, hospitals, and other facilities which are of need to the constituents. First of all, I would love to see to it that we shorten the distances covered in terms of accessing healthcare and also with school-going kids. To the people of Mwansabombwe, all I can ask for them is to have patience and let us try to work together as a team. Together we can achieve a lot. It's only when there is peace and harmony amongst the people in the constituency that we can foster development and see a lot of differences. I'm appealing to the people of my constituency to focus on development and let us stop politicking. Time for politicking ended when we voted on the 12th of August. This time is to work together and see to it that the desired development is brought to the people of Mwansabombwe. So my message is togetherness. I know there have always been issues in my constituency when it comes to issues of pointing fingers at each other. Let us be of team builders and make sure that if we put our heads together, we would achieve a lot and see that Mwansabombwe reaches to another level. And most of all, this thing which we've achieved, which over there in the past 10 years, where he was at loggerhead with the loyal establishment, is no longer there, and it's a good thing that we, the politician, the loyal establishment, and the civic leaders are working hand in hand with the loyal establishment, and together with the people of Mwansabombwe. I would say this is a very great achievement, and let us make sure we don't lose this. And all I'm appealing to you people is let's work together as a team.
Understanding taxation is crucial for effective governance and national development. Taxes are the primary means by which governments generate revenue to fund public services, infrastructure, and social programs. Recognizing this, the Zambia Revenue Authority organized a symposium for selected members of parliament and staff aimed at enhancing their understanding of Zambia's tax system. The symposium was held at Avenue Resort in Livingstone from the 16th to the 17th of November 2024. Speaking during the official opening, Clerk of the National Assembly, Mr. Roy Ngulube, underscored the importance of collaboration between the legislature and institutions like the Zambia Revenue Authority to improve oversight and enhance the budget approval process.
Your presence here, honorable members, underscores our collective commitment to strengthening our collaboration and enhancing our functions as National Assembly, and in particular, the budget approval and oversight functions. Such collaboration, such as the one we are witnessing today with ZRA, has been instrumental in the efforts of enhancing the capacity of members of Parliament and staff to discharge their functions effectively. I'm hopeful that the collaboration will not only continue, but be scaled up as its value and benefits are quite evident. Let me further mention, honorable members and Commissioner General, that my office through the Parliamentary Budget Office has already reached out to the Zambia Revenue Authority to strengthen mutual cooperation between the two institutions without the usual bureaucratic limitations, particularly with regard to information sharing. The information that will be shared and generated will be solely for the use of members of Parliament in performing their oversight and budget approval functions, and not any other purposes.
Mr. Ngulube also thanked the Zambia Revenue Authority for its support, highlighting the critical role taxes play in ensuring sustainable fiscal policies and preventing large deficits.
The timing of this workshop is very strategic and appropriate, as it is being done and has come after all parliamentary oversight committees have had an opportunity to interrogate the budget estimates for the heads of expenditure that were referred to them. On behalf of the Right Honourable Speaker, and indeed on behalf of management, take this opportunity and from the depth of my heart to express our gratitude to Zambia Revenue Authority for the initiative to organize this workshop for members of Parliament.
Zambia Revenue Authority Commissioner General Mr. Dingani Banda stated that the symposium was in line with the Commission's corporate strategic plan.
This tax sensitization symposium for MPs is in line with the corporate strategic pillar number 2 of the corporate strategic plan for Zambia Revenue Authority, which is focused on providing customer focus and collaboration with a key result area of promoting a satisfied and knowledgeable taxpayer population. Under this strategy, we aim to reduce the tax knowledge gap of the taxpayer population and our general stakeholders such as yourselves. This is through taxpayer education, tax sensitization campaigns, and tailored workshops such as the one we're having during these 2 days. Among other initiatives, we also believe that a well-knowledgeable taxpayer population and satisfied stakeholder base is a recipe to improve voluntary compliance in our country.
Mr. Banda acknowledged the significant role members of Parliament play in influencing public opinion and shaping the country's financial future.
During this symposium, we will appreciate several presentations and discussions about the mandate of ZRA. We will also discuss the vital role that honourable members of Parliament as lawmakers play in supporting the ZRA's mandate. As members of Parliament, your influence and advocacy is crucial in assisting the general citizenry to uphold voluntary tax compliance and also in ensuring that our tax system is fair, efficient and effective.
During the 2-day symposium, officers from the Zambia Revenue Authority engaged in a series of insightful presentations covering a range of pertinent topics. These included domestic taxation, business facilitation, smart invoicing, the tax appeal process in Zambia, mining taxation, budgeting processes focused in tax gap, and 2025 budget measures, among others. Ms. Deborah Wembia, Director of the Large Taxpayer Office, underscored the key reforms in domestic taxation.
What has happened this year is that this happened in the past, but we've again brought together these two divisions, the direct taxes and the indirect taxes division, to form a domestic taxes division. I think motivation is that we are taxpayer focused. We've seen that throwing taxpayers all over. When they want to deal with customs, they go to another division. They want to deal with indirect taxes, VAT, another division. So we want to implement a one ZRA model that makes taxpayer at least interact with as few offices or as few individuals within ZRA as is possible. So this new model has actually brought out, come with a few other strategic units, one of them being the unit for the high income and prominent individuals, the HIPI, what we are calling HIPI. It's still a project that we are implementing, and within this year, we'll at least have people that will be assigned to this unit to manage high-income prominent individuals.
Ms. Chikumbi Chama, Acting Deputy Commissioner of Customs Operations, South Zambia Revenue Authority, provided valuable insights into customs processes.
We have all these trade protocols that we are part of. We have the SADC, where if you're importing goods from a SADC country, the SADC certificate confirming origin will defer your customs duty, which will mean the amount of taxes that you pay at point of entry will be lower. But here's a consignment of goods coming in from beyond Africa, and they've attached a SADC certificate. The duties that should have been paid will not be paid. Worse still, a truckload or a full tanker of fuel declared as going to the Democratic Republic of Congo, when it enters Zambia, it is disposed of or discharged at one of our filling stations when duties and taxes should have been paid. That means our basket of revenue for the nation is being deprived of those monies. Public benefit organizations. These are organizations which have presented themselves as having the interest of the less privileged citizenry in the country. Others have seen this as a space of enriching themselves, and they'll come and make a declaration of assignment indicating the PBO when in essence it is not.
Mr. Richard Kapasa, Acting Commissioner for Business Facilitation, discussed data analytics in taxation.
This data analytics department was created with a mandate to set up compliance risk management. Members may recall that in the 2025 national budget, the Honorable Minister of Finance did announce as one of the administrative measures that ZRA would need to set up the compliance risk management. So that framework and structure is sitting under our data analytics. Because with all the data that we are collecting, we will now need to feed that to support the compliance risk management. Further also, this is informed by the results of the 2022 IMF target assessment that our institution underwent. One of the key recommendations was that we set up a compliance risk management.
Ms. Susan Zimba Banda, Board Secretary and Legal Counsel, made a presentation on tax dispute mechanisms and the tax appeals process in Zambia.
Domestic revenue mobilization is the best way in which we can be self-sufficient and be able to provide the various services and goods that citizens need. Position of the law has also been recognized by our own Supreme Court in the case of ZRA versus Balmoral Farms, where the court said the tax legislation has a broad objective of the noble purpose of raising revenue needs services to its people of Zambia. However, in carrying out these functions as ZRA, we do get a number of tax disputes. And when we come to look at the dispute resolution process for tax matters, we recognize that there's no perfect system anywhere in the world, and thus tax disputes are bound to arise. And these tax disputes arise because of many differences in how we interpret and apply the provisions of the various tax laws. And because of this, ZRA, we recognize that we need to timely finalize the conclusions of these various appeals, objections, and reviews that our taxpayers make. In so carrying out that function as an authority, we have a dispute resolution process which simply describes the various steps which we will take by ZRA in dealing with the tax appeals from our taxpayers.
The last 3 decades have marked a era of technological upheaval. Mr. Christopher Kabamba, Assistant Director of Systems, did an interesting presentation on Zambia Revenue Authority's journey towards digitalization.
From 1995, when we were using manual systems, to 2002, when we had semi-automated systems. You can see that 2013 was a very key year for us. This was our first entrance into electronic services, and we were amongst the first government institutions to offer almost all our services on online platforms. So from 2013, we've been improving until now.
And Ms. Yvonne Marion Mwanza, Director of Data Analytics, offered an overview of the tax online systems developments and functionality.
We are offering taxpayers a system which they can use to invoice their sales, and these invoices are also transmitted to ZRA in real time. Now, the system that we have rolled out is also coming with a stock management component where we monitor the stock. The taxpayers are able to manage the stock on this system. We have 4 solutions. 3 of these are free. We have the desktop for our taxpayers. We have online solution. We also have smart invoice on the mobile phone. And we have what we call certified invoicing systems for those taxpayers that have accounting systems, or what we call ERPs. So if you compare with the EFDs, where we only had fiscalization on 2 tax types, with a smart invoice, we have on 7 tax types. The core, of course, is VAT, but we have other tax types like turnover tax, insurance premium levy, tourism levy. We have on excise. We also have on rental tax. And then lastly, we have taxpayers that are on income tax only.
Mr. Albert Kangwa Chileshe gave a presentation on the current state of mining taxation.
Income tax, in that respect, these are taxes that are based, profit-based taxes, meaning that that's the tax a company pays on the profits that they make. For those that are in mining operations, the rate is at 30%. The same applies to those that are in mineral processing. Mineral processing and mining operations are different. Mineral processing, all what they do is they just process the minerals. They would buy minerals from somewhere else, then they will process them. They can, process, maybe come up with copper concentrate, process, maybe come up with copper cathodes or copper anodes. So all they do is buy the minerals and then they process. Then another rate worth mentioning is value addition on gemstones. This is one of the new incentives that were recently introduced that will encourage value addition in gemstone. Then the other aspect is capital expenditure. In mining, you cannot talk about mining without capital expenditure. It's a capital intensive venture. So when it comes to that, we find that those that are in mining operations, they are allowed deduction of 20% on expenditure to do with building, equipment, plant and machinery. So 20% simply means that whatever deduction, whatever expenditure they spent on those items I've mentioned, yes.
Following these presentations, lawmakers participated in engaging plenary sessions where they had the opportunity to ask questions and explore the topics further.
Do you think, as things stand, you are well protected?
When you compare with certain revenue organizations, just by virtue of being maybe an investigations officer, you are actually given security because of the nature of in order to protect the staff. From time to time you find I think officers in investigations and also in internal affairs, you take them through a special training just to make them aware on personal and document security.
How are you going to help us, one, to get to come to where have gone to this formal school?
I hear you, sir, in terms of the issue of knowledge gap. That's why you can see part of our strategic pillar again is customer focus and collaboration. How do we narrow this gap? We've done, for example, we've already entered into contracts with radio stations, 29 of them throughout the country. Our local managers identified here where we are in Mitete, the popular station is this one. We've signed a contract and are paying them. There's airtime for ZRA. All we need is content now, where the local managers go to those stations and explain, not going English and all that. We taught them.
Of the symposium, Commissioner Banda expressed gratitude for the active participation from the lawmakers during the symposium.
I want to express my gratitude to each and every one of you for your active and valuable contributions. Your active participation has made this, from our side, a resounding success in the sense that we've heard from you on a number of issues, the area of concerns, and that food for work also from our side in terms of what is it that we need to do further as we go on.
Some members of parliament shared salient points from the presentations.
We are very, very enlightened. One example that I can give is in regards to the mineral road tax. That has been a huge debate in our country. So ZRA was able to bring us to speed in understanding what is happening in other jurisdictions in regards to the deductibility of mineral road tax. So that they've really, really informed us, and going back to Parliament, we'll be able to debate from an informed position of points.
I've learned something good in terms of how this country can really collect revenue from different sectors which will able to enhance the development in our country, starting from mine sector, agriculture, and other sectors.
ZRA is the main port where we get our money for investment, for running the country as a whole. Without ZRA, then we shall have a total deficit. But with ZRA, you find that they collect the funds which are required for any investment in the country. Any deficit, that's when we can maybe borrow from external or from within. Now with this workshop, whatever comes from, whatever problems ZRA have been going through has been given to the members of parliament, so that even when they bring a bill, you are able to know, to understand the objectives of that bill, which is to raise revenue for the country.
I thought I was the member of parliament and I knew all the tax issues, but after this symposium, what's important is also that they are going through as Zambia Revenue Authority, and that those challenges needs the National Assembly of Zambia last parliamentarians and filling all those gaps. It's a question of working in a ZRA actually collects all the revenue. About the enhanced, don't help ZRA to fill up all these gaps, all the lacunas that they've identified and presented to us. Definitely we are not going to have the CDF that we're talking about. So the onus is on us as members of parliament to ensure that we also help them. We help them and make sure that their job is easy so that they can collect more revenue, and once they collect more revenue, the government will be able to allocate all these resources to various sectors of the economy.
Well, I think my key takeaways is the technical aspects of revenue collection, and the need to intensify digitalization of most tax platforms. So as you can see, our tax collection in this country in the past was manual, so it is very commendable that ZRA is doing its best to come up with all these digital platforms, smart invoicing and so forth. So my key take home for me is the need to increase on these aspects so that we could be able to improve the efficiency in tax collection.
To conclude the symposium, members of Parliament were taken on a tour of the Victoria Falls border post, where they visited Zambia Revenue Authority offices to understand their operations. The legislators also had the opportunity to engage with several hearing agents for discussions on their roles and experiences within the process. A platform for understanding of Zambia's to improved accountability. Good afternoon. Thank you so much for joining us on Parliament Television today, Thursday, 21st November 2024, as we wait for live parliamentary proceedings at 14:30 hours. To be on live commentary, my name is Matimba Mkua.
Good afternoon, viewers, and joining you, my name is Joe Muyonda Akatama, and of course, our two sign language interpreters, Chola Kauma and Jason Manda. Time now to look at the business which was considered on the floor of the House yesterday, 20th November 2024.
Yes, Joe, when business resumed yesterday at 14:30 hours, Madam First Deputy Speaker did make some announcements. In the first announcement, Madam First Deputy Speaker recognized the presence in the Speaker's gallery of staff from Inter Pares, Austrian and Irish parliaments. Madam First Deputy Speaker, on behalf of the National Assembly of Zambia, warmly welcomed the visitors to the National Assembly.
And of course, in the second announcement, Madam First Deputy Speaker did recognize the presence in the public gallery of participants of Youth Parliamentary Academy in Lusaka District. Madam First Deputy Speaker, on behalf of the National Assembly, did warmly welcome the visitors to the National Assembly of Zambia.
In the last announcement, Madam First Deputy Speaker recognized the presence in the public gallery of pupils and teachers from Blue Angel Primary School in Lusaka District. Madam First Deputy Speaker, on behalf of the National Assembly of Zambia, warmly welcomed the visitors to the National Assembly.
The following urgent matters are without notice. Understanding Order 142 were raised, and the first one did come from Mr. Binwe Mpundu, who is a Nkana constituency Member of Parliament, on the subject matter on why the country was still experiencing prolonged hours of load shedding despite those increasing tariffs, a move aimed at enabling the utility company import emergency power, and this matter was not admitted.
The second matter came from Katombola Member of Parliament, Mr. Clement Andeleki. This was on the need for an update pertaining to the alleged capture of Mr. J.E. Banda MP in Zimbabwe, and so this matter was equally inadmissible.
And yesterday, Wednesday, we had to facilitate